Good morning, everybody out in YouTube land. Welcome back to the meadow. Got a nice, beautiful rain last night. Got rid of all the dust. And for the first time, I'm going to walk all the way around my property. I've never been able to walk around the property line because of all the brush. But, as you know, I rented an excavator and we cleared all, it was like that in here. I mean, now it's over there. But as we went down the property line, I would clear an area to my right, and then I would sling the stuff out of the ditch, because the ditch is pretty much the property line. We just want it marked out exactly so you can see. Good, it's not real muddy. Basically made a tunnel down through here. Oh my goodness, the clay in here is unbelievable. So you get to walk along with me for the first time. I haven't done this yet. Had so many other things going on. So I don't have the GoPro stick. I can't find it, so I'm just using my tripod. So forgive me if I'm a little wiggly. Anyways, as you can see, some of these were big trees, and I would clear the area to the right first and swing behind me, and then I would clear everything in the ditch and swing it into the area that I just made. So here's one tree I could not get out. I even cut it down with a chainsaw and tried to dig the roots out. I went down about 4 feet on each side, and it's deep rooted. That's encouraging. That means there's water deep. Possibly this type of tree goes after groundwater, and it's right near where I want to drill the well. So my neighbor said they only had a 20-foot well here before, so hopefully I only have to go down 50 or 60 feet. Now I was using Beulah to shuttle me back and forth at this point, because I had gotten so far away from the house and I didn't want to walk the excavator. So I made her a little alleyway out into that little clearing and give her a place to turn around. So, and we just kept going and going, and trees started getting bigger. You know, I only took down what I had to. Anything like these, I just worked around them. And then I ran into a few others that I couldn't push over, so I had to cut them down with the chainsaw. That little chainsaw, oh my goodness, that thing did good. Husqvarna starts first, second pull every time. Stays running, doesn't bind. Took me maybe 5 minutes to cut this tree down. Of course, I did have the excavator. I undercut it first, and then I had the excavator push it over, which is the safe way to do it. I don't think I'll cut down any trees here unless I have help with me. It's kind of dangerous, but this is quite the old tree here, but it's dead, and it'll have to come down. Welcome to my jungle. Pretty cool. Now, at this point, the surveyors are worried about brush, and I had run out of brush, and I'm basically just clearing forest. And I called my neighbor and says, well, if we can walk through, is that all they need? And he goes, yeah, that's all they need. So I'm going to shoot a video. I haven't walked through here yet, but it's passable. There's one tree that's laying down that I may cut, but it doesn't have the berry vines and the hawthorn bushes like the rest of the stuff. There is some poison oak in here, but it's not bad. And so you basically just want to keep following this ditch. And when I was exploring the property earlier, I was using this same pathway. That's why I knew it was passable. I can come down with a chainsaw and nick some of this other little stuff out if I got to, if they're going to be that fussy. But you can see, we're getting through here without a whole lot of problem. There we go, see? It's not bad. Yeah, now it opens up real nice. Now this is that little narrow strip on the end of my property. It's kind of odd. But look at all the leaves filled in, all this nutrients. Unbelievable why these trees are so shallow rooted. I was knocking over 50-foot trees that had roots that were only maybe 2 feet in the ground. It's unbelievable. Sorry about that tree. And I met my neighbor. She's a real nice lady. She got them no trespassing signs up. But this is the area that I cleared here. And we end at the creek. Creek's up. It did rain good last night. You can finally actually see it flowing. It's usually so still you don't even know it's there. So, anyways, now my property line goes right along the creek here. And as you can see, I cleared all that. But I didn't want to get really close to the creek because with this clay soil, you sometimes have a risk of a big crack from being dry for so long, and the machine could just go into the creek. So I tried to stay as far away as I could. Here's where we dug out Bruce's car. We'll fill that in. Plant a big rhododendron there. They love iron. And half that, or the whole passenger side of that car is still there, but it's dissolved iron. Mother Nature don't mess around. Now we're just going along the creek up to the road. This area here, I'm going to leave up most of these big trees. From here to the left and there to the right, it's all going to be cleared. But I want to make a little park in here. Plant some coleus and some astilbes, a lot of hostas, and just make gravel paths through here. And it may flood once a year, but I don't care. We'll just come back and plant everything. These are beautiful old trees. And I think the moss will go away now that you've got all the brush out of here. Because see, I didn't get the brush up. It was this tall all the way through here. When I reached in with the excavator with the bucket, I'd pull back, God knows what I would get. And one time I got right in here, I got a vine that had a dead tree hooked to it, and it fell right on top of the machine. And didn't hurt me, but it did knock the window out. It didn't break it, but it took it out of the rubbers. So, but anyways, I got all this cleared out. It's really nice in here. Very cool in the afternoon with this massive south exposure this property has. It does heat up. The very first walk around my property. And I've only been on the property, living in the camper, for a little over 3 weeks, like 3 weeks and 2 days, something like that. So I've gotten a lot accomplished. 7 days on that excavator, and I pushed myself too much, so that's why we're taking it easy today. We'll do simple projects, things that don't require a lot of grunting or a lot of concentration. And here we go. We're back up to the creek. Okay. Wow, we did that with the camera in our hand. That's pretty good. Oh. as you can see, once I get the suckers off the trees, to calm down. These walks are good. But I don't really have anything that's pressing now. Put a new furnace in the trailer. Oh my God, does it work good. And we have other projects coming up with some videos on. But basically just having fun. No, we have a item of things that we want to do, but we don't have anything that's under a deadline, which is nice. That was one of the stressful things with the excavator. If it's on your property and you're paying $250 a day for it, it needs to be removing brush and blowing 4 hydraulic hoses. Got a little frustrating, but I accomplished what I wanted to do, and that's the main thing. So I don't need to be stressed about that. And they didn't seem upset. I bought the damage waiver. That's what it's for. And they saw the brush. They came and fixed the machine 3 times. And they still let me run it, so. But the rest of it, we're gonna let the ground get wetter. And I think we may try a grapple on a big skid steer. See if we can like dig it out, or I'm not sure. The ground was so dry and there's so much clay in it, it really holds on to these. But I got a feeling when it gets wet, you should be able to pop them right out of the ground. But maybe not, I don't know. We'll find out. I even cleared out the little piece of pie at the end of the property. So I can officially say I walked every step around my property today. And I'm so fortunate. And we're going to basically enjoy this. No win, lose, succeed or fail, just enjoy. Yeah, we had things go wrong one day, and the next day things go right, so who cares? All right. This is the end of my property. And then it swings back and takes back off. And that tree is mine.